Hello, everybody. Welcome back after what feels like a million years to season freaking 2 of Let's Talk About It with Jaiden and Faith. Hi, Jaiden.
Hello, Faith.
Look at us still doing it virtually because Corona.
And because monies, we still have to buy microphones.
That's true. But also Corona. Or also social distancing. That's fair. It has just been too damn long since we did this.
Way too long.
Honestly, I missed it so much.
Dude, all the time for our listeners out there, and now our viewers.
Hey, YouTube.
Faith and I have been talking about how much we miss this on a regular basis. Like, Faith would text me, like, I miss podcasting. Like, when are we going to start back up again? Like, we need to do this. And I'm like, I know. But we were both just so busy for a while.
Yeah,
we promised.
August was wild.
August was a blur.
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you what happened in August, but it's gone now.
No clue. But yeah,
we both missed it.
Like so a lot.
Missed it so much so that we're out here giving you an episode on Labor Day. Happy Labor Day weekend. Hope you guys or everyone is partying hard because it's Monday's a holiday. So like live your best lives before we go back to what even is the real world now.
It's going to be a new norm for us. I feel like we talked about like quarantine a lot in season 1. But right. I think this is going to be a cool transition to figure out like what our new normal is.
Totally. And my normal is just going to be working. Just working and then sleeping, working and sleeping, working and sleeping. And I've never been more excited for anything in my whole life.
Faith is literally going to be on autopilot until December.
It's so true though, literally. until Christmas break. It's honestly, literally, I'm going to live the same week over and over and over and over and over again. And it's okay.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say,
totally fun.
You're going to freaking love it.
I know. I'm so exciid.
I know. Like, Faith, so good. Faith is the type of person that, like, needs to be busy. Like,
yes. Yes.
She literally hates
straight facts.
She hates being not busy. Like, just, like, at like, a standstill.
And I love, like, don't get me wrong, I look forward to, like, March break when you get weeks off or, like, even the 2 weeks at Christmas. But, like, during the year, like, and it's honestly, I've said this before, it's just because like I've been busy for so long, like since I was 9, starting competitive dancing all the time, going to school, having to time manage, and even in like university too, still teaching. It's just got to a point where like I don't want to watch Netflix like during the day. You know what I mean? Like I want to be constantly doing things and then get home, whether it's at like 7, 8, 9, whatever, and then like wind down. That's my time to like lay down and catch up on my shows, you know what I mean? Which, by the way, to anyone that cares, when we're recording this, The Blacklist season 7 just came out. Anyone's watched The Blacklist? This is the new season. I watched the first 2 episodes. It's bananas because it's always bananas, so that's exciting.
Wait, is The Blacklist the show on Netflix where you could like pick your path?
No, I did not know there was a choose your own adventure show on Netflix.
Okay, I swear there is. It's called like I thought it was The Blacklist.
Are you thinking about Black Mirror?
Yes.
That's not choose your own adventure. That's just creepy stuff.
No, I swear there was a part.
I think there's like a choose your own adventure episode.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
No, I will never watch Black Mirror. I would not do well.
I know you don't like horror stuff.
I'm not a horror movie fan.
Okay, it's okay. I got my movies mixed up. Continue.
Yeah, it's all good. But anyway, so that's super exciting. So like, but yeah, I want to be busy during the day and like into my evenings and then like chill at night when I get home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like that just makes sense.
Yeah. And it's finally happening because I'm no longer a student. So like,
woo!
Well, I can't even say that. I'm taking additional qualification courses because
you overachiever.
I want to make a lot of money. But like, and that's the only way to do it. You have to have qualifications. But like, it's nothing. It's like nothing compared to the work that I've done for the last like however many years. But yeah,
I feel like because Faith and I are relatively working the same. She's working a little bit more.
So I'm going to pause Jaiden for a second. For all of our YouTube viewers, usually we're live from Jaiden's laundry room because that's where her internet connection is the best. But we wanted to give you the most premium experience we could from the 2 rooms in our house. So we don't know what Jane's Wi-Fi is going to be like. So just like, she might glitch. Who knows? We're vibing with it. We're rolling with it. This is live. Well, for us, not for you when you watch this. This is very much pre-recorded. But like, we're vibing. We're going with the flow. So like, if there's a glitch, Zoom, Zoom.
You know, I might get a little like technologic on you, but like, just go with it.
That robot arm that just happened? Get out of here.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Oh my. Wow.
Guys,
But
I'm in a crazy mood today.
Yeah, Jaden's had a really good day. But no, Jaden, we very much are the same.
Yeah.
Our lifestyles are very much the same, and we like being busy and not just sitting on our butt.
Literally. Well, speaking of life, do you got any updates, Faith, to tell the viewers and listeners?
Honestly, like, I missed podcasting. We did put out some merch, which I have on. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it.
Yes,
So to everyone that ordered our merch, thank you so much. It was pre-order only, so if you didn't get it, so sorry. Maybe it'll be available a little bit later, but for right now, sorry about your luck. To everyone that did order, hopefully we'll be able to get it out to you if you're listening when this comes out on Monday, sometime that week before our lives get crazy the week after, and it's going to be super exciting. Post your pictures, tag us, and then we want to see you rocking the merch.
Oh yeah, it's literally the comfiest shirt ever.
It's like, amazing.
Like,
it's
if
so
you
good.
guys know like the Gildan shirts, like that fabric, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah, it's so soft, and it's pre-washed. I did put mine in the dryer. It shrunk like a little bit, but not anything like crazy noticeable. So that's exciting. I can't wait to see everyone rocking their merch. Other than that, like, I'm just
vibing,
living the dream,
That's good though. Yeah, no, it's good to get back into like this routine, because I feel like, I know for me, I kind of strayed from my routine for a bit. Like, I went on vacation, all of that fun stuff, but no, it feels good to get back to podcasting.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Jaiden left me for the first time in our friendship. Her and Connor went on a week-long vacation, and Jaiden and I just have the friendship where like we just text each other like anything that comes to our mind, really. And I was like, okay, well, one, her cell service is terrible everywhere, and
Guys,
two,
so terrible, because if you have freedom, you understand.
And two, I'm like, I'm not gonna ruin her trip with Connor with like a stupid text. So I just kept like a note on my phone of all the things that happened in my life. It was a pretty crazy week. She had a lot to read when she came back.
I was expecting maybe like 2-3 things each day. It was like a whole like grocery list.
Yeah, it was a lot. There was a lot happening for sure.
It was so much fun though. I felt like I was reliving the week with her, and it was so cute.
Very detailed.
Very detailed. Like, it was awesome. So then I sent recordings back like each day. So I was like, so Monday, wow, you were really going through it. And like Tuesday, oh, that sucks. But you know what? Wednesday will be better. Like, I tried not to skip forward so I could really be authentic with like her week. It was funny. I love that. I'm definitely going to do that for you if you ever leave me.
I don't know when I'm leaving you, because I don't know when that's happening. But okay, good to know that it will be reciprocated. Which is amazing. But how about you, Jaiden? What's going on? What's happening in your life?
Basically, just honestly nothing. Like, I feel like
we're the same though. It's like nothing, but so much at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like nothing exciting, just like work stuff. Lots of choreography that Faith and I had to do over the past couple of weeks. Stuff for the studio, and then I went on that week-long vacation with Connor, which was so much fun. We went to Muskoka and camped in the woods. Then we went to Peterborough and did some treetop trekking, and then we went to Grand Bend and just enjoyed the little beach town. But let me just tell you, little beach town, all of you guys need to wear your mask, and all of you guys need to stand the hell away from each other, because that little beach town is so filled with corona. Not actually, but like so
like
many
social
people.
Distance people.
Yeah, like I literally texted Faith and I was like, they definitely are robots, and like no one's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Technologic.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. No, but I was like, yeah, what the heck? That's crazy. I think people think because they're like leaving their hometown or like going on vacation, like you're escaping corona almost. But like, unfortunately, when it's a pandemic and the whole world is affected by it, you can't really escape it, you know?
Unfortunately.
So like, wear your mask.
Yeah, it was just like,
and to any anti-masker out there, sorry to cut you off, Jaiden, any
You're good.
anti-masker, I just want to say you can just shut us off right now because we don't believe in anti-mask, because there's just so much scientific evidence to support why you need to wear your mask. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm clearly passionate about that, but that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it was just like a little overwhelming, honestly. But you know what? Grand Bend's always been busy. Like, I can't even imagine it during Corona. Well, I mean, I can imagine it. I was there. But you get the gist. Just wear your dang mask.
Just put your mask on, people.
Just put your mask on. And then the other little update is I dyed my hair. I don't know if you
did. Can't really see. Oh, wait.
Is there a light?
Right there. You see the blonde YouTube? Do you see it? It's right there. Podcast, you can't see it, but she put some balayage, a little bit of blonde in there, lightened it up a little bit.
Lighten it up. Shout out to at the hair dude on Instagram. He killed it. I love him so much. He's been a family friend now for years and years and years, and I love him so much. And I literally couldn't imagine getting it done by anybody else. Like, I'm literally looking in the mirror right now, and I'm just so happy with it. It's phenomenal.
It's so good. It was a great choice.
It's like, it's subtle, but then like it's a pop. Like, it's so, it's just interesting. I love it.
If you didn't know Jaiden before, you would think that was just like her hair. Like, it's very natural. But if you know her, you're like, oh, we went lighter. Okay. Okay, girl. Okay. No, honestly, it's perfect. I love it.
I am so obsessed with it because I've never really gotten my hair dyed before. Besides, I don't want to talk about it, but like in grade 7, I got these skunk streaks underneath my ears. Okay, guys, and it was just really traumatic. That's the only time I dyed my hair.
She had some PTSD, but we got over it, and I'm so glad we did, because look at us now.
We are styling and profiling.
We are vibing now.
Vibing. But yeah, that's about it. I think. YouTube,
did you see that dramatic look? Podcasters, Jaiden just gave the biggest eye roll, and I'm assuming her family's talking. I can't hear anything.
Okay.
I'm assuming her family was talking in the hallway, because her eyes rolled in the back of her head, and then she looked towards her door.
Oh my gosh, that is something that just like irks me. I literally went downstairs and I was like, hey, I'm podcasting, like, please be quiet. And then they're like, oh, okay. Outside. Oh my God.
I'm pretty lucky I'm home by myself right now, although I think my grandparents are bringing my dog home soon. My dog had to get a tooth pulled today.
Poor Roxy.
Yeah, well, she's old and it was rotten.
Yeah, well then good. That's a good thing.
It was very exciting though, because she only had to get one pulled. Because sometimes they go in and they say it's one, and then they're like, okay, there was actually 6, but it was just one. So that's really good news. Well, I'm assuming she's gonna be all loopy when she gets home.
Oh, little loopy Roxy. Hopefully she won't be a barky Roxy.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe she'll be loopy and quiet, and I'm okay with that.
Well, those were some great life updates and Roxy updates.
So chaotic. The chaotic energy is here. I'm not mad about it.
Not mad. I think we're just so excited.
We're just so excited to be back. And let's dive into the one segment that Nicholas, who shout out to The Ugly Aesthetics, he just hit 1 million followers on TikTok, which is wild. So if you guys want, go check him out on TikTok at The Ugly Aesthetic. He posts all of the Steven content, which is amazing. But yeah, when we were talking about season 2, was like threatening our lives, not actually, but like a little bit. And we weren't allowed to get rid of this next segment. So our veteran listeners, you guys know what's coming. For everyone that's new, Jaiden, what do we got? We got our 3 Gs, everybody. 3 Gs. Let's do it.
It's time to check in. It's the part of the podcast, if you already know. If you don't, it's where we pick one gross, one good, and one great thing that happened during our week. And honestly, I miss doing this so much because it really helped me check in on how my week was going. And yeah, I just feel like my life has been a blur, but now this will help me kind of like reevaluate what I've been doing, I guess.
Oh, she's back. Right. I forgot how much of like a reflection it actually is, and like how like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
That's
wow.
not nice. And how actually like, yeah, it's just a moment of reflection that like I wasn't taking when we weren't podcasting, and I missed it.
I know. I really missed it.
I missed it a lot.
We're going to kick it off with my gross of this week.
Yeah, let's do it. What's gross?
I got some dry eyelids.
Oh no, she's so close to the camera.
Do you see it?
Yes, the whole world sees it. Actually, no, we can't really see over at least my laptop. I'm waiting for someone watching on like an HD television to be like, oh yeah, look at it. No, I really can't see it.
Do you see the little clumpies? Anyways.
I was like, no, I really can't see it.
We just got really up close and personal in my eyeballs.
We did.
But basically, guys, I've been getting these like dry eyelids, and they're like super red on the inner corner of my eyes, and like flaky and cracking and very like sore and uncomfortable. And I didn't have it when I was on my vacation, so I was like, ooh, like, is it a stress thing? Like, do I get
maybe
stress dry eyelids?
Yeah. Interesting.
And then
maybe
I know, I was like, I don't know. And then I came home. The day I came home, I used this makeup remover. And then I realized irritation town.
Population Jaiden.
Population
Totally.
Jaiden. And the only reason why I started using this makeup remover, I don't mean to call it the brand, but Pond's, the makeup remover, it's like a moisturizer type one. So you just dip your fingers in and then rub it in, and it breaks down the makeup. It's like a remover balm or whatever.
Okay.
And I thought I was trying to be more sustainable because I wanted to reduce my cotton waste and like throwing out makeup wipes and everything. And makeup wipes are really bad for your skin. So I was trying to eliminate that because pimples and just irritation in general. And then I was using micellar water, which has always worked, but I was like throwing out so much cotton pads, and I was like, I don't know, that's just like not good for the environment. So then I tried this, and I was like, this is a great solution, but it's not, because it's really dry, it's really sore, and it's not good. So I've been stopping that, and I think I'm going to return back to my cellar water and maybe get like,
and say, well, if you're in the mood for spending some money, which is actually not as much as I thought it was going to be, I use the Tatcha One Step Pearl Cleanser, I think it's called. It's in the white, like, it looks like a porcelain bottle. It's white. It's an oil-based cleanser, but I use it to take off my makeup, and I just like put it on my hands, and it goes dry on your face, and I rub it in, and then I put a little bit more when I have actual makeup on and like get my eyes, and then I just rinse it off with water. No cotton, and it works beautifully.
See, that's exactly what I want. So I think I might invest my money into that a little bit.
It wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be, because I know Tatcha has some pricey stuff.
Yeah,
but no, it was very good. I liked it.
Okay, good.
I like it, yeah. And you don't need a lot, which is nice.
Okay, perfect. Then I think I'm going to do that, because I was thinking of maybe reverting back to my cellar water and then getting like washable pads, because I know they have those now. Or I don't want to use like a cotton rag, or not, you know what I mean, like a wash rag, because then that exfoliates your skin a little bit, and we don't want to like tear the skin. So yeah, I feel like I might be buying some Tatcha products then.
There you go. I know, I really like it. So anyone else that's out there that's needing like a good makeup remover, highly recommend Tatcha One Step Cleanser. It's called something else that's more specific than that, but it's the white bottle. Sephora has it, shipped to my house in like 2 days. Didn't even pay for express shipping. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm the VIP club with Sephora now.
Me too.
Because I've been spending so much money there.
We love that. We love spending all the dollars.
But that means that I get free shipping if it's over $35 instead of $50 now.
Guess what? I think it's only like 32 or something like that. So you might be set.
So decently priced.
I know. That's why I was shocked.
Yeah, because I was thinking like, ooh, 50, 60.
Yeah, nope. In the 30s, I'm pretty sure.
All right, well,
I know.
After this podcast, people, I am buying it.
Super impressive.
No more dry eyelids over here.
No more dry eyelids.
None.
We don't got time.
We don't got time for dry eyelids.
No
and
time.
then my good would be, it's kind of like a little backstory.
Robot.
I was in a little bit of a funk because like we weren't, how much did you hear?
We heard what you said. It just sounded like a robot.
Oh, fine.
It's a cool effect.
Basically, I feel like I was going through a little bit of a funk, and it's because I wasn't doing this podcast. I kind of fell off my thing of doing yoga and exercising. I was really busy with work and like low-key stressed and like nearly not getting enough sleep for what I should be. So after the vacation, I felt like it really grounded me and helped me kind of reignite a little bit of life back into my body, because I felt just a little bit like I was floating a bit. Like I wasn't really present in every day. But the good thing from that
where's the good, Jaiden? Where's the good?
Is that I think the vacation really, really helped me just like reignite that little life back into me. So then this week I felt a little bit more like myself. So I'm really happy about that. So not only was it like a super fun trip, it was just extremely refreshing as well. Good. And I think I needed that.
I was gonna say, sometimes you need it. You just gotta go away. Even if, I mean, you got to go for a week, which is amazing, but like, even if it's for a day, like go find some hidden like trail somewhere near where you live. Like go with a friend, do whatever. Just gotta get away. Gotta help. It helps for sure.
And I realized nature is like a very calming thing for me. Like being outside hiking with the trees, with like at the beach, like whatever it is, just nature is super, super relaxing for me. So I want to start implementing that more into like my daily routine. Totally. Whether it's like a hike on the weekend with Connor, or like going for a walk, or like doing yoga outside. Like, I don't know. And I want to get off social media more, because that week when I didn't have my phone, I missed texting people. I missed that part about it and like being connected with my friends, but I did not miss social media. Like I kind of came back and I felt overwhelmed, like looking at Instagram.
Because there's a lot to look at.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that was something that affected me so much. So I guess my good is just like epiphanies.
Yeah. Love that. Yeah. That's
why not?
I love that.
And then my great to finish it off is, I know Faith is probably going to say this as well, but
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Podcasting. Oh, she said, let's hit that note.
She said, tune. I just, like I said, and we have been saying, I just miss the routine of talking to you guys and connecting with people who are outside of like my little bubble.
Right.
And like Faith and I saw this really cute TikTok of this one girl that was like, oh my gosh, like I just finished season 1 of Let's Talk About It. It was recommended by The Ugly Aesthetics, and like it was so phenomenal. Like they're just like the best, and it just made my heart feel so warm.
Yeah, it was really
so
sweet.
Happy. It was so sweet, and the best part was she didn't know us from a hole in the ground. Like
no, and we talked about that too. Like I think sometimes we think the only people listening are some of our close friends or whatever, because like we have a pretty like decent following considering we've only done 15 episodes, right, in season 1. But like most of our listeners actually are people that we don't know, which is crazy. It's amazing. Hey, everybody, but like it's crazy.
It blows my mind because it's just so much bigger than what we imagine. Like Faith said, sometimes we forget that it's not just our friends. Like it's way, way beyond that. And the fact that our mission, for lack of a better term, is like resonating with people, and like what we're saying is like affecting people in a positive way, is so amazing. Like it just makes me so happy. So the fact that we're like on to season 2 and we're doing this like in your feels emotion season, I just can't wait to dissect all of these emotions with you guys and hear your thoughts on it too, and hopefully get some of your perspectives as well, and just do this dang thing, because it's gonna be fun.
I'm excited. We got some good stuff in store. I think it's gonna be really awesome.
Oh, for sure.
Yay! Good work, Jaiden. Good reflecting.
I can't wait to hear yours.
Okay, so we know Jaiden already talked about it. I'm the most prepared person probably on the whole planet.
Yep.
But I'm going to change my gross. So I have something written down, but I'm changing it.
Nice.
You guys, I think I have an ingrown toenail. Also, I think someone's in the house. Oh, I think it's my sister. We're going to hope it's my sister.
You're just talking about an ingrown toenail while getting robbed.
Maybe. It's I'm not going to say where I live now that we're on YouTube, but like I think it's probably my sister. Anyway, so I don't, because I got my nails when the nail place is opened or whatever. You guys, I have my nails done all the time, like constantly. It helps me not pick them and helps them like stay a little bit longer. So I have my nails done all the time. And I got a pedicure too, because it had just been like a million months since anyone has like touched my feet. And the girl who does my nails, shout out to Dawn at the polish parlor. I only go to her. Yep. We love Dawn. She was like, does this hurt you? And I was like, no, like, it's totally fine. So she was like working it, doing whatever. And then I was wearing running shoes a lot the last week or so. So like, when you have socks on it like constricts your toes. But like my big toe on my left foot has been kind of hurting. And I looked at it today and it was totally the way the nail was growing. It was growing like into, not like a lot, but enough to like be
like painful,
uncomfortable. So she's going to yell at me. Not that I don't get pedicures a lot, and I'm just not going to tell her. So I doubt she's listening to the podcast right now. She's a busy lady. But like I did a little bit of digging with my nail clippers today, and I think I got it. Like I think I did it enough. Like I like rounded it so it's not going into my skin anymore. But like,
do you want to show us your toe?
I don't want to show you my toe. I won't do that to the internet. But like, yeah,
do it.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm also not flexible enough to get my toe up to where my camera is.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that's my gross. I think I have an ingrown toenail, but hopefully I got it.
I hope so. Those things suck, especially like on your fingernails too. Ugh.
Never had one on my finger. It's usually my toes, dancer feet,
Yeah. No, I literally have ogre feet, so I totally get it.
Yeah. So I'll report back on how that's feeling, but yeah, that's my gross. I have an ingrown toenail. At least I think I do, self-diagnosing. My good is that I bought myself a really nice pair of Nikes.
Can you show us those?
Yeah, they're right here. I can okay. But no, I am like team Nike all the way, 100%. And I love like buying running shoes. I just think that like I usually am pretty not like frugal with my money, especially with quarantine. I've really just been throwing it out the window. But like usually I'm like, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to spend that on like this. However, shoes, for some reason, I have no problem pressing like the add to cart. All of a sudden my credit card information is in. All of a sudden it's being express shipped to my house. You know what I mean? Like it's weird.
I feel like you need shoes, but you can never have enough shoes.
And I always justify it too, whereas like we teach dance, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like we're either bare feet or we're wearing shoes. And these are really great. And it's a funny story because, I'll just grab them. Hold on.
We can show them now.
This is what they look like, YouTube.
Beautiful.
That's what they look like. There's a secret message on the inside of the heel. It's like black on black writing. Each foot says like a different thing. So this is the left foot and it says dare, defy, do, designed for workouts on the go. And the right foot says something else. But yeah, there's called the Nike Super Rep Go women's training shoe. For anyone that has the 270s, I feel just as supported in those shoes as I do in my 270s, which is impressive because the 270s are amazing.
Literally life-changing.
But yeah, it's funny. So if you guys listened before, you remember Holly Winter, our first guest ever on the podcast. I was doing our company hip hop production with her, and I was sitting there and she had on just these like black and white Adidas shoes. And Holly just always looks so cool. Like, and I know she doesn't even try to do it on purpose.
She really doesn't.
She just looks so cool. And I was just sitting there and I was like, I don't have a pair of shoes like that. Like I have an all blacked out pair of Nike Huaraches. I have an all white pair of Air Force Ones. But I was like, but I don't have like a black and white shoe, you know?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Holly just looking so cool in her Adidas shoes. And I was like, I'm just going to buy that exact pair that's on her foot. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to like check Nike for a second.
Yeah.
I see these bad boys. And it's like I literally barely blinked my eyes and they were being shipped to my house. Like I didn't even express shipping. But I'm glad I did because if not, they probably still wouldn't be here yet. So I stand by my choice for express shipping.
That's true.
I stand by it. But yeah, I would 12 out of 10 recommend these shoes. Go ahead, go buy them. We can all be twins. Let me know if you have them. Or if you have any cool Nikes, show it to me. I love shoes all the time. But yeah, that's my good. I got
it.
a new pair of shoes.
And they're so darn cute.
They're so cute. I love them so much. And my great is guess who's back again. Jaiden and Faith are back. I messed up the rhythm, but you know what I mean. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? We're back to podcasting, and I'm just so freaking happy. Like, it's just, it was cool to announce our YouTube channel on our social media. It was amazing to drop our merch. Again, shout out to everyone that bought it. Like, it's so great. I can't wait to see everyone and deliver it, and it's going to be so fun. But it's just like, it's not the same as getting to like sit down and talk to you every week, you know? And like just live our best lives and like be podcasters, you know? Like, it's not the same. Really so I'm just super glad to be back recording, and like I missed it so much, and it's just like the biggest great ever. And I just, yeah, it's just, I'm so glad to be back.
It literally is just like Faith explained it so perfectly. It's just the best feeling ever. And it honestly ties in with what emotion we picked for today too.
Yeah, it does. It works perfectly, Jaiden. Good segue.
We should just dive right into that.
Natural segue. So you guys, we had to mix it up for you for season 2. We had to change it up. We had to keep you on your toes, you know? And we decided to do that through introducing what's called an emotion series. So if you follow us on Instagram at Let's Talk with Jaiden and Faith, you already knew that we were going to do this. So basically, what is an emotion series? Well, every week we're going to take our Fizz and Feelings segment that we had last season, and we're going to just kind of focus it on a different emotion and how each of us handles that emotion, like, you know, in our own way, and how we see it in our lives and how we process it and all of that stuff. Because even though it's the same emotion, everyone processes and handles that differently. And I think it's important to talk about that and recognize that it looks different in different people. And like, we really haven't seen any other podcast or show or anything do it before. So like, why not? Let's do it. We're still going to have our guests at the end of each month. And we're going to pick a different topic that's not related to the emotion series, just to keep it interesting, you know, and relevant. But when it's just me and Jaiden, we're going to hashtag, that was wrong. Let me try again, Faith. We're going to get into our hashtag inourfeels, which I messed that up again, but you know what I mean. So if you guys have anything you ever want to like tell us about this, we're going to use the hashtag inourfeels for our emotion series. Let us know what you guys think in our DMs, comments on our post. We can't wait to see how you guys feel about that. And that's enough introduction. We get it, Faith. We're talking about emotions. Let's move on. So this week we are going to be talking about the best emotion, the most positive emotion, the emotion that makes you feel like a solid 10 out of 10, which is joy. So the definition of joy is the emotion evoked by well-being, success, or good fortune by the process of possessing what one desires. And I found this cute little graphic that said, meet your happy chemicals. And it had a picture of a brain and the 4 little characters that represented the 4 chemicals that are released in our brain when we're experiencing joy. So my science brain was like loving that. So for those of you that don't know, these 4 chemicals that are released in your brain when you're happy are dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin, and serotonin. And this isn't in our notes, so Jaiden doesn't know that I'm going to say this, but I was scrolling through Twitter because I still have Twitter. I need to get rid of it because I don't really use it other than to just like scroll unless I think of something funny.
Twitter's so funny just to look at, though.
It's so funny, but it can be such a dark place.
You're not wrong.
I found this. Someone posted it a day ago, and I've literally never seen anything like this before, and it's so pertinent to the situation. It's literally pictures, 4 pictures. One says serotonin, one says dopamine, one says endorphins, and one says oxytocin. And it literally explains how you can release each of those chemicals in your brain. So serotonin is the mood stabilizer. So you can activate this by practicing meditation, spending time in nature, Jaiden, exercising and being active, or getting sun exposure. So that's serotonin. Dopamine is the reward chemical. So you can trigger this by celebrating the small wins, eating a good meal, taking time for self-care, or completing a task. When I complete a task, I resonate with that one. Like, I can feel the dopamine leave my glands. Like, For sure.
Mine's when I eat like a good meal.
No, mine is the second a task is completed, it feels so good. The next one is endorphins, which are the painkillers. So by laughing out loud, by volunteering, exercising, or even watching a good movie. And then the last one is oxytocin, which is the love hormone. And that's as simple as physical affection or even giving a compliment. So I thought that was so cool that I found that. Whoa, what's happening? Too many things. But yeah, so let's talk about joy. Let's do it.
I think that's so cool because it just goes to show that like joy doesn't have to be this big thing that happens to your life. Like I find a lot of people think, oh, if I'm living in joy, it means I have to have a huge abundance of joy.
Yeah.
And it's like, not really. Like all of those things were so simple, like giving a compliment, eating a meal, completing a task, exercising, meditating. Like all of those are little accomplishes and little things that you can do throughout your day that add joy to your life.
Totally.
So I think that's so cool. And that's something everybody should just like resonate with and really remember, that joy doesn't have to be a big abundance of things. Obviously, it's going to feel great if it's a big abundance or if you obviously have more joy in your life, but it can just be as simple as doing little tasks in order to just enhance that joy in your life. So
totally.
I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome to our first ever Fizz and Feelings of season 2.
Woo, 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 woo.
Faith really nailed it for us. It's just a part of the podcast where we dive into a topic and dissect how it affects us or what it means to us, and just hashtag #inourfeels this whole entire time.
In our feels.
As we sip on our tasty fizz or smoothie or water or coffee, whatever you are throwing down your esophagus.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sure.
And as Faith said, it is joy. You know, the emotion that is a state of happiness. So joy is without a doubt one of the best emotions to feel. And you know when someone is feeling it because they start to glow a little differently.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Like you can just, I find joy is one of those emotions that just radiates off of someone.
Absolutely.
It radiates, and then it's also very captivating and very overwhelming, but in a great way. Like if someone is exuding joy, you are gonna be like a magnet to that joy, which I think is so cool.
Yes.
At least that's my personal experience. And the best thing about joy, which I already touched on, is that it can be felt in all aspects of life with varying capacities. Like no matter how big or small the situation is or how young or old you are, we all feel the same amount of joy or some sort of joy at some point in our lives, whether it's like buying a scrunchie or like paying off your bills. Like it doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't matter.
Let me tell you, I can't wait to feel that joy. The second my student loans are paid off, my joy will be radiating so far from my body, the whole world will feel it. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
The earth will just become another star.
Literally.
It will just be shining so much.
We might explode. The day we explode, it's because I paid off my student loans.
That's so funny that you say explode, because for me, like when I find I characterize joy as this feeling in my gut and in my heart, I guess the joy chakra, if you will. And when I feel so much joy, it feels like my heart's gonna explode.
Yeah.
But like in the best way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I find when like joy for me in a physical sense, I feel it in my gut and in my heart. So like right here. And my gut almost feels like there's like a little fire in my belly. Like I get really warm. Like I'm really like, like comfy. And then my heart feels like it's literally gonna explode. Like it feels like there's like laser beams shooting out of it, because it can't hold all the like love and all the joy and like one little organ. It has to share.
For sure.
It's like what I said earlier, it's like an overwhelming type of emotion, but in the best way possible, because sometimes I find emotions just in general can be overwhelming.
It's okay. We heard you. Again, you just slowed down. It's all good.
Emotions in general can just be very overwhelming. So I feel like you really have to understand how you're projecting them onto others.
Yeah.
Because it can be toxic real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess just that feeling of it like beaming out of me then carries over to my mental state. And I just start to feel at ease. Like everything just starts to like become calm. My brain is silent. I'm present and I'm just fully captivated by the current moment. Like nothing else is happening and nothing else matters because it's so overwhelmingly calm in a sense. So like none of the hardships, negativity, or whatever dark cloud is going on in my life matters because just joy is present and joy is there, and joy is not letting sadness or anxiety get in the way because she's a strong girl or boy or whatever.
She is strong.
She's a strong one. And
absolutely,
I know some people might ask the question, but what if I have like a really bad day and I can't find the light or joy in anything? And I totally get that because I've been there and I felt that. Like we're all human. We all get those days and it's okay to feel that way, obviously, but you just have to stop and realize that there's so many beautiful things around you that can spark that joy in your brain and in your heart and in your gut, wherever you feel it. And it can be as simple as we talked about as going for a walk, listening to your favorite song, talking to your best friend, watching your favorite TV show, taking a shower after a long day, the first bite of your dinner that you've been dreaming of all day long.
Nothing makes me feel better than just taking a sit down in my shower.
Oh my gosh.
That can change your life. After a long day, even if it's been the best day of your life or like the worst day of your life, just if you have a shower that's conducive to make this happen, just take a seat.
Take a seat.
Just take a seat.
Lay down, if you will.
It's amazing. I've never laid down in the shower.
Oh, I have all the time.
I don't know how I feel about the water directly hitting my face, but like
just push the thing a little bit so it hits like your belly.
I always just like sit and let it hit my chest, and I usually am in like a butterfly position. I put the bottoms of my feet together and I let my hands be like open. So the water's hitting like my arms and my chest, and I just go, but also my knees because I'm like crunched up in my shower, you know, and you just like close your eyes. Oh my God, it'll change your life.
It's the little things, guys, like having a moment of silence to yourself, your drive home from work that helps you decompress, like whatever it is, there is joy in everything you do in life. And there are so many beautiful things that can spark that joy.
Absolutely.
So do not take those things for granted.
Did we see that eye roll again, everyone, on YouTube? It was smaller that time, but I heard it. Or I saw it, I should say.
My neighbors are so loud.
It's okay. They're experiencing joy.
And I'm happy for them.
And we're happy for them experiencing joy.
And after I was like writing this down and thinking like, wow, there's so many things to be joyful for, joyful of, and like whatever, I started to try to pinpoint the biggest joys in my life. Like just 2 moments that really stuck out to me where I was like, you think of the memory and then you feel like the emotion right away.
Yeah.
So I thought of 2 moments, and one was when I was dancing on stage, and the dance was literally about finding the light in the dark. So it's very fitting to like finding joy in like a hard situation. And it was like a Coldplay song, and it was like Glowing in the Dark, I think, by Coldplay. So it was just so beautiful. It had a beautiful meaning. Then we're dancing there, and then there's one part where you literally just have to like raise your hands up to the sky, and I don't know what it was, but I just started crying on stage.
You love emotions.
And it was just because I was just so happy. Like it was the time where I just felt like so, I don't know, this is like so dramatic, but I just felt like so alive. Yeah. Like I was like, I'm dancing, my body's burning, like I'm loving this dance, I'm loving what I'm doing, and like this song. And then I just started crying on stage. And I was happy. So that was definitely a moment in my life where I was like, whoa. And
Sorry,
it's kind of crazy that like emotions
the funniest moment.
That's okay.
You were here and you went, it was amazing. The joy took over her body, everyone on the podcast.
Literally. I think it's just crazy how emotions could just hit you like that. And
Absolutely.
every time I think back to that moment, I immediately feel that feeling and I can't help but just smile. Like I'm like, oh, it was such a good moment and it just felt so good. And you almost want to like relive it over and over again.
Yeah.
And then
whoever can invent a time machine first,
literally,
you win.
Please just invent it so I can go back to that moment.
But also, can one of my friends do it? Because we all know I don't have the funds to pay for one of them for myself right now. You know what I mean? Because we know it's going to be $1 billion.
Oh, hell no. No, thank you. And then my last one where I just felt like the utmost joy. This is such a random story.
I love it.
It was a night when my friends and we were young, we were in high school. We decided to rent a cottage in Wasaga Beach for the week or weekend. I couldn't remember. So we were just like living it up, having fun. We were this big friend group. There was like 15 of us. Like we just had a huge friend group in high school. And we all couldn't fall asleep. We were like jamming, dancing to music. And it's 3 a.m. in the morning. And we're like, let's go for a walk. So we're like, okay, let's go for a walk. We're all walking, this big group of us. We end up at the beach. And then at the beach, we were like under the moonlight, and the moon was so bright that night. Like it was insane. It was almost like it was crazy. Like I can still picture it in my head. And then we somehow all ended up in the water, and we just started playing this game of like cow tipping each other. Oh, so we were all like, I forget how it started, but someone was like, cow tip, 3, 2, 1, go. And we all started running around in the water and like trying to tackle each other. And whoever like did the most tackles, like won. I don't even know how it happened, but it was so random. And it was 3 a.m. in the morning. We're at the beach tackling each other in the water. But for some reason, it was so good. And it's still one of the memories that we talk about to this day because we were just being like young and dumb, and like it was so stupid, but like so fun. Like so it felt like
all at the same time.
It literally felt like, it's such a dumb story, but it just
I love it.
To me, it was just like, what is happening? But we don't care. We are having so much fun.
Doesn't matter.
3 a.m. In the middle of Georgian Bay at 3 a.m. We are having so much fun.
Oh, I love that. You're gonna have that memory forever.
Oh my gosh. I guess like the biggest sentiment I could say about joy is just like, we take life way too seriously sometimes. And I am a huge culprit of that because I'm just like a very serious person. I like to get stuff done. I like to do things right. Like I'm very type A. So sometimes I forget to like be dumb and to be a kid. So absolutely. I think that's why it was such a significant part of like of joy in my life, because it was not the first time, but like a significant time in my life where I was like, wow, I was young and dumb and I loved it. Like I wasn't serious. I wasn't trying to focus on things to like grow my life or whatever and like worry about my success. Like I was just young and dumb, and it was the best.
Young, dumb, and broke. Young, dumb, broke high school kids. Khalid.
Khalid.
Bring it home.
We have a knock. Hold on. What's good?
A knock. A special guest on the podcast?
Do I want pizza?
Yeah, we're getting a pizza.
Yeah, I want pizza.
Okay.
I'm getting pizza.
Was that John?
That was Jared.
Oh, that was your dad.
I know, they have the same voice sometimes.
Tricked me. Thought it was John. Thought it was my BFF John.
Guys, there's another source of joy. Pizza.
Nothing beats a homemade pizza, though.
Oh,
I will say.
That's true.
Good job, Jaiden.
Thoughts?
That was really good.
Thank you.
So much to think about. It made me happy listening to you. I was like smiling the whole time.
It was like random. Like I didn't know it. It was just fun.
I know.
That was my take on joy.
Oh, I love it. So good. Before I dive into my feelings, I just have to say the Emotion series is very like Pixar Inside Out movie of us, and I love it. Do we think Jane's gonna stay frozen? Oh, she's back. Okay. I love it. I love the movie Inside Out more and more every time I watch it, and it's just so fitting that we start with the main character, which is Joy. Yeah, that's my favorite movie. I think every kid needs to watch it to understand their emotions and understand how to control their emotions and what each emotion like means.
I think it's such a brilliant
so
idea.
good. And it's great for kids, and it's also great for like an adult to watch it and understand like the psychology of your mind. So I guess like neuroscience, which is amazing, and I loved it, and I will make my kids watch it a million
For
times
sure.
until
For
they hate
sure.
it, and then we're gonna keep watching it. But yeah, I think I'll just start with like joy exists all around us for sure. Anywhere you look, you can find joy. So for example, I was taking a walk around the trail in the park behind my house this past Monday, and the sun was shining, the breeze was gorgeous, there was only a couple clouds in the sky, the trees were kind of blowing softly in the wind. I was walking, I was listening to the Chicks in the Office podcast from Barstool Sports, and a dragonfly kind of just like flew over my head and like into my sight line. And I saw it and I just like smiled a little bit, and I felt this like release of pressure from my body. And I was just like, wow. I was like, it was a moment of just like, this moment is amazing. Like it was a very like relaxed, joyful, appreciative like moment of my life. Because I think yeah, go ahead.
It's so nice how you said like release of pressure, because
Yeah.
I think like joy literally does that. I think
Yeah.
it's like it's a moment and an emotion that just like takes away the stress and strips away all the like bad stuff,
Yeah.
and just kind of like it almost gets you like grounded for a second,
Yes,
which
I
is so
felt
cool.
very, very grounded in that moment. And it's funny because I just saw the dragonfly like living its best life out in nature, and I was living my best life out in nature, just like going for a walk, getting my steps in, and like I just felt so much joy. And like that's the one beautiful thing about life is like no matter what's going on around you in the world, whatever, there is joy somewhere. Like you just have to find it. And I found it on the trail behind my house with a dragonfly. I found it. But with that being said, like I definitely think joy is an experience that shouldn't be taken for granted either, because as much as it is all around us, and if we look for it, we can obviously find it. Sometimes it's easier for some people to find joy around them than others. Some people are living in poor environmental conditions or fighting their own battles, and joy can be hard to come by for them. So when we do experience it in whatever capacity that may be in our own lives, we should really take a moment and like accompany that feeling of joy with a feeling of gratitude. Because we all know the world is a mess right now, and sending as many positive, like gracious vibes into the universe won't only help ourselves just be more positive and allow like joy to come to us more naturally, but it's also going to help the world around us too.
Yes,
I think that's really important.
I feel like joy and gratitude are like sisters. Like you can't have one and not the other. Like they're always there.
Or it's very like uneven if you have one without the other. Because
Yeah,
if you have joy without gratitude, you're almost a little bit more like you're a little conceited, you know? And if you have gratitude without joy, it's just fake gratitude because you're really not happy for anybody or like gracious, you know?
right. In order for it to be like genuine joy or genuine
You got to
gratitude,
have both.
you have to have both.
Totally. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I was just trying to decide on a way to kind of tie every like thought I have about emotions through the whole emotion series together each week. And so for myself, I decided I'm going to list the top 5 experiences in my life that have like brought me to that specific emotion. If I have 5, if not, I'll just do whatever number. But today was so easy, I probably could have done more. And it doesn't require much vulnerability. But in the weeks to come, I have a feeling we're going to be getting very, very vulnerable on the podcast.
We're going to get deep.
We're going to get deep. So here we go. Top 5 moments in my life that I can remember, because I'm sure there's been more that have brought me joy. These are all kind of like specific, or not specific, like pretty general.
Yeah.
But the first one is watching my students succeed. I know that's so generic, but whether it's in the dance studio or like in the school classroom or out in real life or like whenever, if I get to watch them like persevere, work hard, accomplish what they set their mind to, and like I just get that warm feeling in my chest when I see how happy they are that they did that, whether I help them get to that point or not, you know? That's always really exciting for me. That makes me really happy. And I think for those of you that I have taught before or know my teaching style, I think that's why I get so loud. because when I'm teaching, especially dance, something just like takes over my body where I'm just the loudest teacher in the whole room. And like they'll do something and I'll be like, I won't scream into the microphone, but I'll be like, yes, like that was it. Like I just get so loud. And I think it's just because I just am proud of them for even that like small win in that class. You know what I mean? Whereas like they could come back next week and fall on their face doing the same step. But like in that moment, I'm so proud of them for like doing what I asked and making it look good and like being able to successfully do it, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's why my volume goes way the heck up.
And again, it's that like overwhelming feeling that Joy has.
And that, yeah, it just, I can't control it. It just comes out at a very loud volume.
You
just comes right out.
No, seriously. And then how it's also like, what's the word I'm looking for? How it can be like, passed on from person to person. Not reciprocated, but it's like,
if you make someone feel good, then they feel better. So they're more likely to make someone else feel good.
Yeah. There's like a word, not affectionate. It's like, infectious.
Oh, infectious. There we go. Yes.
There it is.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's my first one. I like to watch my students succeed. The second thing that brings me so much joy is Nora and Luca. And I don't think Alex listens to the podcast because she's too busy being super mom, but those are one of my good friend, my life friend actually, which is a story for another time. But actually it's a fast story, I'll tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alex was my dance teacher because she's 10 years older than I am. So she was my teacher growing up, and then we got to teach the competitive team together, and we just got kind of close. And I'll never forget, we were in the hallway the one day, and I was walking one way, she was walking another in our old studio, and she just was like, Faith, and she like stopped and looked at me, and she goes, will you be my life friend? And I said, Alex, absolutely, I will be your life friend. I was like, but now you're stuck with me because you asked, so like, I hope you're okay with that. But yeah, so she's awesome, but those are her kids. Nora's 4 and Luca literally just turned 1, and she just like those kids just take my whole heart and just crunch it in their little tiny hands. Like being the oldest on both sides of my family, I don't have any nieces or nephews, so these two they call me Auntie Faith, and like I haven't seen them since March because of Corona, right? So, and I usually see them when Nora was younger, it was like every month for sure. But now we're just like busy, so it's as often as I can. But like I got to see them for the first time since Corona last week, and I opened the door and Nora just like ran and like had the biggest smile on her face and gave me a hug. And Luca looked at me and I was like, hi. And he just like smiled, his eyes disappeared because his cheeks got so big, and my heart just like sank. And I was like, I just love being their Auntie Faith, and it just makes me so happy. I love them so much.
The photo you posted with them is so darn cute. God. That's like Connor and I were on
your YouTube. I'll show you.
You have to. They're just
podcast. I'm sorry, but you can go to my Instagram and check it out if you want.
It was so adorable.
They're the cutest little peanuts in the whole world.
Like
that's them. That's Luca and Nora, and they just make my whole world turn upside down. It's amazing.
I don't know what it is about kids, but like I could stare at a baby all day and like
100%.
Wow, 100%. My heart is so full, like so full.
So full. Yeah, I love them with my whole heart. I love them so much.
That's so cute.
Okay, number 3 is again super general, but California.
Yep.
I took a trip to California every year, usually for my birthday. Sometimes I think I would usually fly out on my birthday and then stay for a week. And I truly am like my happiest self when I'm on the West Coast with the palm trees and the ocean and the warm weather. Like California Faith just has so much more joy in her body than she knows what to do with. And I really get to live the lavish life while I'm out there because I save enough money for my week trip, you know what I mean? And then I come home and it's like, okay, it's not like I wasted my money because I had it saved already.
Exactly.
But like, yeah, I'm not going to be going this year and probably not anytime soon because of Corona, but California makes me so happy. I love it. I love it on the West Coast. I love it so much.
I always explain California to people as like its own little bubble. It's like there's the world, well, the US, and then it's like California.
Yeah.
It's its own little thing. Like it's so different than anything else. Like the feel, the environment, like it's just so different. And for people who haven't been there, it doesn't make sense. But when you're
but
there,
you go and you're like, yeah, I see it. we the 1 year on my birthday, we took a trip to
Yeah.
Malibu for the beach, and we drove by the Bachelor Mansion on the way back, and I almost pooped my pants. Which, by the way, everyone, the Bachelorette comes back October 13th, and we might do a little recap, tell you our thoughts, Bachelor segment. So to all our Bachelor fans, we're coming for you. Don't worry, we got your content. But yeah, I love California. It's amazing, and I just can't wait to go back once the world is back in a better
place.
A better place. Yeah. Number 4 is Friends, and I mean the television show. I love all my friends, but like,
Thanks.
and I love Jaiden, but I just, no matter, and I've seen this show a lot of times, I am the person that will quote Friends in any environment. I'm that annoying one that quotes it all the time, but like, no matter how many times I watch it, I laugh at Chandler and Phoebe. I get annoyed with Ross. I think that later season Monica, like season 5, when she starts to, if you haven't seen it, and this is a spoiler alert, I'm so sorry, but like when she like gets engaged to Chandler, and like later Monica looks like Melissa. She reminds me of Melissa every time I watch it, and I just want to be Rachel and Joey's best friend. And it's just, no matter how many times I watch it, the show brings me so much joy. Like it makes me so happy. I love that show with my whole heart. And the last one is Music Experience 2017. So in those 2 weeks, my physicality was pushed to its limits. My mental and emotional capacity was pushed to its limits. Limits? That's a word. Limits. And I was challenged in more ways than I can even begin to count. But I went to bed every night so happy and so full of joy that it was just like, those 2 weeks changed my life forever in like the best way. And I'm so grateful and so happy I got to experience that. And those are my top 5 joyful moments of my 24 years on this earth.
That's amazing. Those are some great moments, like all with varying like situations.
Very different,
like,
yeah.
Very, very different. And I think that's so awesome that you can find joy in all aspects of your life. Like that's amazing.
You just gotta look for it.
You gotta find it.
Exactly. Wow. We got hashtag in our feels.
In our feels.
Oh my gosh, we're like Drake. Got me in my feelings. Got me in my feelings.
We quote Drake a lot on this podcast.
A little bit too much, but that's fine. Canada represent. Anyway, good work. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun like actually diving into what joy means for me. So I hope you like to listen to it, and tell us what you think. Slide in our DMs. Let us know what joy means to you or where you find joy. But
yeah, please. And then maybe we'll share it at like the beginning of each podcast.
Ooh, good idea. I love that.
Live our life.
Yeah, also, we're on YouTube. Leave a comment below. Where do you find joy? Comment down below. I'm excited
Rated
about
G
that.
comments.
Just in case you didn't know, rated G. Maybe PG. I'll let you get PG-13. I'm okay with PG-13.
Nail.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
We knew exactly what you meant.
Thank you.
But we definitely were not taking this segment out for season 2. This segment is never going anywhere, ever.
It's not leaving.
That's because it's time for quote of the moment.
Quote of the moment.
Quote of the moment. It is time for our favorite segment, the best segment, the segment where we get to find one of our favorite things in the world, a good quote, and share it with all you guys. If you were with us last season, you know how much we love a good quote. And if this is your first season with us, well, you'll learn how fast we love this. So I'm going to start us off this season.
Woo woo.
And my quote's pretty simple. It says, "When joy is a habit, love is a reflex." And that's from A World of Sisters Instagram. And when you can find joy in each and every day, I have to believe that you also practice self-love. Because when you practice self-love and are filling your cup first, there's more love to go around, and you feel compelled to share that love. When you've made a habit of finding joy within yourself, finding joy within the world around you, finding joy wherever life may take you, spreading love to yourself, your friends, your family, and your surroundings is just going to be the automatic response to anything. Happy people, joyful people know and understand the importance of love and are ready to willingly share that love with the people around them and the things that mean the most to them. So like we've said earlier, sure, everyone has a bad day where they forget to love themselves and they can't love the people around them because they just don't have enough to give, and that's okay. But on majority of those good days, those joyful days, love just happens and they just have no problem sharing it. And I know I am the queen of like, I just feel like sometimes I'm annoying, but I also feel like I do a really good job at always like telling people that I appreciate them and I enjoy my time with them. And I feel like it's a little bit annoying sometimes, but I also feel like I know how much it means to me to hear that. So I try to do my best to like share that joy and share that love and appreciation with everyone around me. And I think it's just so beautiful. And as much as it is kind of a reflex for me right now, I hope for one day it just to be so automatic that it just happens to everyone, not just the people I'm close to. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my quote.
I love that. And I don't think it's annoying at all to like share that love and share that joy, because you don't know, and we've talked about this before, but you don't know if someone's having a bad day or if someone needs that like little spark, because maybe you're like, you sharing that joy with them is what then enhances their joy in their life. Like maybe they were having a bad day and then you're like, you know what, I really appreciate you as a friend, like I love you, just wanted to say you're the best. And then them hearing that is like, wow, well, you know what, that made me really, really happy. And then it just is like a chain reaction throughout their day. So I don't think that's annoying at all. And I also love how you touched on filling like your cup first.
Yeah.
I think that's so important. Like if your cup isn't full, like if you don't fill your cup first, you can't even begin to share with other people the things that you have. So it just goes to show, like, really nurture yourself and your well-being. And that's how you can help others, is by helping yourself first. It's not being selfish.
Totally.
At all. And I know sometimes it can be skewed to look like that, but it is not. So just take care of yourself, love yourself, and it'll reciprocate to others.
Yay.
For sure.
Nailed it.
You nailed it. That was all you, girlfriend.
Well, thank you. But you had good thoughts to match my thoughts. So we both nailed it.
We're a good team.
Hey, Jaiden, your turn.
My quote is by Joseph Campbell, and he or she, who knows?
It is 2020.
Said, we cannot cure the world of sorrows, but we can choose to live in joy. And I
love that.
Right. I think this quote aligns perfectly with what mine and Faith's sentiment has been this whole entire segment of joy. And I know we can't control the direction of our lives, and sometimes crappy things happen, and as badly as we want to change it or we don't want it to happen, the universe has a plan for us sometimes, and it sometimes means hard, crappy situations are being thrown at us, so we can understand like what life is, and so we can understand how to overcome those things. And although we can't control what the universe hands us in regards to hardships, like I said, we can control how we react and how we overcome them, and or how we learn to live with them, because sometimes they will always be there. Which is why I love the wording of this quote, and why I think it's so important when he said, we can choose to live in joy.
It's that C word, choose,
which is very what it is. And that's one choice we do have. And that choice is being in control of how we feel and how we want to lead our lives. And again, emotions can be overwhelming. So maybe sometimes we feel a little bit out of control, but it's all mind over matter. So if you really decide how you want to lead your life or how you want to live your life, you can control the way you feel and the way you react to situations. So
absolutely,
if we choose to live in joy every single day, even on our hardest days, you have succeeded, because life is way too short to do anything other than living in joy.
Absolutely.
So I just think it's a great sentiment.
Yeah. Even if that joy is just like, you know what, I'm really joyful and really appreciative that I got to open my eyes this morning. Like, even if you're having the world's worst day, like Like the Guinness Book of World Records is calling you because you just set a world record for the crappiest day. Like you just had the worst luck and that's you. Like find even the smallest moment of like, you know what? Looking at the sun made me feel joy, or like opening my eyes made me feel joy, or getting in my car that I was fortunate enough to purchase myself gave me joy. Like just find that one tiny thing and choose to be joyful and choose to be happy. Sometimes we're not happy, but sometimes we have to suck it up and choose happiness.
Exactly. And that's a great thing. Like even if you're having like a bad day, I know sometimes when I'm having such a crappy day, I'm like, I just start laughing
Sometimes
at like how crappy. I literally just start laughing at how crappy my day was. Like I'm like, could anything like go right today? Or if like it keeps if it keeps piling up, I'm just like, okay, what's next? And I just start laughing. And then
there's been a couple times where I've literally stood outside and I threw my hands up and I was like, okay, what else you got? Because this is a lot. Like this is a lot. So just throw it at me right now.
And honestly, that little moment of laughing, I find the joy in like, okay, this is a crappy day. It's probably going to get worse, but you know what? That's kind of
try again tomorrow.
Exactly.
We'll try again tomorrow. No, I totally agree. You nailed it.
But yeah, so that was my quote.
I love it. Okay, before Jaiden sends us off here, because episode 1 of season 2 is almost done, which is bananas. I have a question, everyone. Okay. So our friend Jillian just bought a new car. It's this great white Buick. It's so nice. But we were talking about like things to name it. Mm-hmm. And she was telling us how her mom was just saying like funny things. And one of the words that her mom said was mayonnaise. And I was like, oh my God, could you imagine like your car named Mayo? And then I was like, wait a second. I was like, that's kind of cute. And then I was like, wait a second. Do I like that as a name for a boy? And I think I do. I think I like Mayo. Like, it's like Mateo, but if your child couldn't pronounce it. But I kind of like it. I don't like Mayo. Like Mayo James Roberts, whatever your last name is. You know what I mean? I don't know why. That's my friend Tess's last name. I don't know why that was the first one that came to my mind. But like Mayo James Robert. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't hate it.
No, it's actually like,
I need the listeners, because Jaiden, you're too nice. You're just going to tell me it's not terrible, even when it's great. No one has it. I need the listeners to tell me, is Mayo an appropriate name for a boy?
Honestly, I kind
of like it.
My hair right now? Jesus.
I kind of like
it. I think, honestly, names are fair game. Honestly, name your kid whatever.
I have a knock at my door now.
Whatever. Hello? Oh.
I'm podcasting. That's okay. My mom, everybody.
Hello.
I'll be done in like 5 minutes. Live YouTube. You never know what you're going to get.
You never know.
Live pre-recorded YouTube. Also, she had my dog in her arms and her eyes were like,
oh, Roxy's on one.
On one. Anyway, like Jaiden said, names are fair game, but I just want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Is Mayo a good name? I like it. I don't know if I'm being crazy though.
Is Faith telling us that she's pregnant?
Let me tell you what I am not. Jaiden, don't spread that rumor. Not true, everyone. And on that note, take us home, Jaiden. Send her off.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll stay tuned in for the rest of this In Our Feelings season.
Got me in my feelings.
Ooh.
Hey.
We were so beyond pumped when we thought of this idea and couldn't wait to get the ball rolling for you guys, and honestly ourselves, because we missed you guys. Let's be real. You 100%. Heard it a lot, and we're going to tell you again, we missed you guys.
So much.
So much. So if you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram at Let's Talk with Jaiden and Faith, and on Facebook, Let's Talk About It Podcast, and our TikTok.
Ooh, because we're cool. When Jaiden and I see each other next for my TikTokers, we're going to do this trend. That Neo song.
Oh, Faith told me about that.
It's easy. It's easy. But that's the next one coming.
So TikTok, hello, we gonna be TikTok stars.
But I will say,
I don't know if they use an @ on TikTok.
They do. They do. But I was just gonna say, if you were following my TikTok before, you don't have to go follow the podcast because you already are. We're changing my TikTok into a podcast TikTok, so it's fine.
So search it up if you haven't already. If you weren't following Faith, it's at Let's Talk About It Pod, Pod. And basically, we post a lot of fun and motivational content if you haven't already been following us. And basically, it's just to help you guys get through your week and keep you motivated. And honestly, just to keep your to keep your feed popping with uplifting content, because why the heck not? It's our brand.
Why the heck not?
We love to keep you guys motivated, inspired, and happy, because why the heck not?
Why the heck not?
So before you close whatever app you listen to us on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Simplecast,
YouTube,
whatever the heck it is.
YouTube.
Now YouTube. Can't forget that little ditty.
Click the button that is as red as this. Hold on. As this pen. And subscribe.
Subscribe.
Turn on the notification bell so that you know every time we post a new podcast, which is Mondays, but 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
But you don't want to miss it. So turn on the notifications. Like the video or dislike it.
Don't dislike it. Like it. Comment.
I mean, dislike it if you want, but like, don't be a hater. Just like it. What's there to
dislike? Haters are my motivators.
Oh, so
we gotta wrap this up.
Just, follow us on all platforms, comment, stay engaged. We'd love to hear from you guys. Even give us a 5-star rating if you love us so much. Leave a review. Tell your friends. Take your friends' phones. I almost said phone friends. Take your friend's phone. Tell them to follow us. You know the deal. And just thank you so much again for tuning in and just being the best listeners a podcast could ever ask for, and the best viewers a YouTube could ever ask for. Just the best people ever. And
absolutely.
Huge shout out to anybody who supported us during our first merch drop to close off season 1. We were just so overwhelmed with gratitude and love, and we appreciate you all so much. We found the joy in that. Ha ha ha.
We found the joy.
So if you missed the first drop, no stress. Keep your eyes peeled. Maybe new things will happen in the future. Who knows? But anyways, rock on. We love you. And Black Lives Matter always.
Bye, you guys.
Peace out.
Bye.